Hey Aries, happy May. It's your cosmic auntie here, and this is going to be a general tarot reading for Aries energy. So maybe your Aries sun, moon, or rising, or maybe this has just found you randomly. I don't know, but I'm glad that you're here. However you ended up here, please stay if you'd like. I'm happy to have you. Aries, it's so interesting. All the fire signs this month of May had like kind of similar energy to their images, but they were different, and yours falls in suit, which is so interesting. So maybe there's something with like the fire element, and the fire energy, but all the images have been kind of like rapid and hard to pin down. I've not been able to describe them or articulate them at all until the final image. And for you, it was like so fast that it actually kind of looked more like static, like different like tones of static. And then it was just like a fly swatter that just like whoosh, came down. And like I didn't see the fly or anything, but it's nuanced there that, you know, you went, there was a fly, either you got it or you didn't, I don't know. And for the other signs, the other fire signs, like started with, I think, Sagittarius. It was like a whole bunch of different images. I could kind of make them out. I could tell that they were something, but I couldn't describe them. And then the final clear image was a fire extinguisher, like going off, like, you know, just the whole like dusty experience of the fire extinguisher. And then for Leo, what was Leo's? I don't remember, but it was really similar. It was like a flash of images. Oh, it was a flash of images, and then it was just the saying instant replay. And that was interesting. And now here with your fly swatter. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what kind of energy we can catch. And as I shuffle, please tune into your own intuition, your own inner guidance. Okay, when you pay attention to the messages, see what resonates, what doesn't. Don't make anything fit. Tarot is never supposed to tell you something you don't already know. Okay. All right, Aries, what's going on? How's May been for Aries? Page of Voices. Something that you're putting your mind to, that's for sure. And it's quick energy, quick air energy, putting your mind to something, making decisions, tuning into your perspective, expressing yourself, speaking your mind. The Four Voices. Every sign that I've read for today has gotten the Four Voices. So I did Aquarius and Pisces before you, which is super interesting. So I sense with the Page of Voices, the Four Voices, there's a notion of speaking up about the rest that you need, the ability, the time of restoration that you may need to heal, and really like developing strong like verbal expressions and boundaries in regards to like the time and space that you need in order to truly rest and recover. And also to incorporate this into your routine. Like, yeah, this could signify like recovering after a stressful event of some sort, right? And like that could very well be true, and then discovering that this is very much needed moving forward to assist you to feel good in, you know, getting back into the responsibilities of your day-to-day. Wherever you fall in that, like, it also really seems to me like there's this firm like knowledge of self, of what you need, and like taking it for yourself, doing it for yourself. That's cool. What else for Aries? Okay, we've got the Sun, the Six of Inspiration, so cool. The Fool, and the Devil. Okay, let's see here. Well, there's just some behaviors I sense are being stopped right now. Fly swatter. No, no more. Like that can be from like yourself and from whatever, you know, you're experiencing in your environment, and both, of course. And shifting your focus on your well-being more. There's a lot that I sense with the Sun, the Six of Inspiration, the Fool, and like they're all kind of turning towards the Devil. And the Devil is like it's one of those cards that kind of freaks people out. Often the Devil card is talking about that which holds us back, that which, you know, binds us, that like, yeah, like tethers us, that controls us, that, you know, like these parts of ourselves, these experiences in life that like, yeah, drain our energy. So that's really what the Devil is talking about. So there's certain things I sense, Aries, that are very much revealed, that have been holding you back, that have caused pain, that have been controlling, and that have been unhealthy. Whatever that may be for you, there's so many ways. You are a unique person with lots of different experiences, so this could touch on many different things. So yeah, there's just some like very much clarity and awareness of what those things are. And I think like the fly swatter is like that final like tether of the like, it's like you're freeing yourself of those places, of these things that you've discovered, these tethers, these places that bind you, these things that drain your energy. And this energy here, the Sun and the Six of Wands, like Aries, like this is beautiful, like success and achievement and like freedom and valor and strength and warmth. And it's all leading towards this Fool card that really leaping into like, it's like using this energy to finally shift the energy to like, yeah, I don't know, mentally attend to your well-being, to mentally attend to your health, your mind, your perspective, who you are. Yeah. These things don't control you anymore. Right, Aries? And that is to be celebrated. There's so much work, there's so much effort, there's so much challenge and conflict, you know, that comes before the Six of Wands. It's a confrontation type card. It's It's a showing of what you're made of kind of card. You know, you lend your energies to the Five of Wands, honestly, Aries, and it's competitive, it's assertive, it can be uncomfortable, it can be coming up against, you know, things and finding that fire and to show what you're made of. And essentially goes to the Six of Wands, which is achievement and riding out of battle with your head held high, the laurel around your neck. You know, showing up to, like, in the market scene, out into like the world with your head held high, because there's just so much that has been revealed and highlighted, and there's just so much that, like, and now there's this jump into a whole new unknown, the whole new chapter, and there's a trust that comes with the Fool, even though they may not know exactly where they're jumping to. There's a trust that, yeah, there's just a trust. And it's all going towards that which does not define you moving forward, right? And when those kind of feelings come up, because, like, you know, the devil energy can be hard. It can keep rising. It can keep kind of like seeing if it can still grab that control, or there'll be different triggers, or there'll be different things that pop up that are like, fly swatter. Nah. And like, no one's pulling the wool over anyone of the Page of Swords eyes at all. No. And look at all them dancing up there. Like, there's a certain, like, getting your, like, reconnection with your mind, Aries. And, like, the surging air to the fire that is you is so bright, bonfirey, like, incredible warmth and majesty, that there's this, like, amalgamation of self through the clipping and, like of whatever these things are and were, because they do not have the same control over you after all the things that have been revealed, that have been shown, both from within you and from whatever it is that you've also been experiencing in the world, you know, because of it. Very interesting, Aries. Very, very interesting. Is there anything left for Aries to discuss in May? Whoa. That's a pretty cool little trick. The Muse of Voices. So this is like the King of Swords in this deck. And the Six of Emotions. It's all been air and fire, and then there's Major Arcana. You've really had to protect this little you, hey? The Six of Emotions often kind of, it often symbolizes the past versions of yourself, the smaller, younger versions of yourself, right? And a lot of, when we're working through devil energy, a lot of that is inner child work, where we have been conditioned, where we have been controlled, where we've been hurt, where we've picked up unhealthy habits, where we've picked up habits that were used to protect ourselves but are now, you know, null and void moving forward. They're actually holding us back. Right? So those are the kind of the things that come up when we're working through devil energy, and ultimately helps you connect with that inner child, that those younger versions of you, and the version of you right now in this moment, whenever this video finds you, to trust in your ability to handle things, navigate, protect yourself, speak up for yourself, you know, and to also, like, when it comes to the King of Swords, the Muse of Voices, that this energy is talking about making the world better too, like to speak up in a way that changes structures. So whatever has happened, like finding your voice in the matter and speaking your mind and your experience and your truth is really stemming from a need and desire to change the way things are in some way that have caused pain, that have there's this huge revealing of, you know, when you find the tether and you follow it down and then work with the devil, and then you ultimately free yourself and clip it and, you know, move forward and jump into the unknown, knowing like that these things do not control you anymore, or bear like as much, you know what I mean, not to be redundant. But this card always, and this energy always reminds me of like generational healing as well as societal healing. The King of Swords, the Muse of Voices in this deck, is very humanitarian energy, is looking at to make things better, is looking out for the greater good. And whatever you've been healing, whatever you've been healing, Aries, there's a huge notion I'm sensing when it comes to speaking your truth and finding the words for your truth that links into the greater good. And thank you for being you, and thank you for doing the things that you do and helping the way that you do and sharing what you have, even if it's been incredibly difficult. Like, the devil is not it's not a joke, it's not a fun energy, but there's always a way to free yourself of this energy, right? Oftentimes the devil card is drawn with like two people kind of chained, but the chains are loose, so there's ways to lift them up over the head. And it's kind of, the devil is also another side of the Lover's card. So those two individuals are on the Lover's card, like often facing each other in like harmony. And the Lovers is all about love, capital L. It can be love in your relationships, love in your environment, absolutely. But it's deeper. It is the love of self, of life, of connection. The flow of masculine, feminine energies, light, shadow, however you want to articulate the duality and like kind of the dichotomy and complexity that we are as human beings. So when that is in harmony, that's the Lover's card. And when it's in disharmony of some way, it's often the devil, which is an invitation to discover what's the problem here, what needs to be cut away, what needs to be cut loose, and to know and stand in your strength, to know that like the more you face it, the less power it's gonna have, right, Aries? And there's this airy freedom, this light, yeah, like amalgamation of self, and right, air and fire is gonna make bonfire, and that is what you are, Aries. So amazing. This is quite beautiful. Just end with this again, because this is just huge levels of achievement, of healing, of growth, of strength, like and that fly swatter image, like there's so much, like it's just so cool. But yeah, like whenever those things come up, and if there's any kind of like trick, fly swatter, not where you're going, not where you are now, right, Aries? And your inner child is so thankful, and you know, your inner child is you, and that creative, innocent, pure, beautiful, like authentic you. And there's just so much that I sense is this emotional core that's, what's the word, like this emotional core, like healing and emerging through all of whatever it is that you've just experienced in those last chapters. Yeah. Okay, Aries. Again, I hope this was of service in some way. Please like, share, comment. I love hearing from you if this resonates. And if it doesn't, of course, too, because that's a different type of resonance. I want these to feel like an energetic tasting plate, okay? Take what you want, leave the rest. I love you so much, and I'll see you in June.